If you are ready to start your podcast, but you feel overwhelmed by the tech, or you're afraid that if you buy all the things people are telling you, you're gonna go broke, this video is for you. Let's dive into what you actually need to start your podcast. Hey, I'm Hiwote. I'm a podcast producer. I've made shows like Esther Perel's Where Should We Begin? And This Is Dating, which was listed as one of Time Magazine's best podcasts of 2022. Love to see it. Let's get into the actual tech. You really just need 3, maybe 4 things, okay? The first thing is something to record with. The second is something to make sure that, like headphones, to make sure that you don't hear the other person's audio. If you have an interview-based show, you wanna make sure that you don't hear the other person's audio on your audio line, so you need headphones. And then the third thing is a recording software. And I say maybe 4 because you also need something to edit with. So when I say tech, I'm talking about all of those things. So when you're first starting, if you're not sure how likely you are to actually keep up with this podcast, my recommendation is that you actually start with the voice memo app on your phone. Okay, let me show you. So if you go to your voice memo app and you just start recording whatever it is, especially if you have a solo show, if you just start recording whatever it is that you think you might want to say to someone else, and you just have to have the phone somewhat close to your mouth, ideally below your mouth, and just talk about whatever it is that you're going to talk about on the episode. It helps you get the idea out of your brain and into a device to see if this thing is, if there's a there, okay? So if you're really not sure about your podcast idea, start with your phone as your primary recording tool. Now, if you're telling me, you know what, Hiwote, I know for sure that I'm going to do this podcast, then my recommendation to you is one of 2 podcast microphones. The Blue Yeti Nano, which is actually what I've made a lot of the shows I've made with before, and I'm using it right now. Or you can use the Audio-Technica AT2020. Both of these mics are really, really good. The reason I give you both options is that I find that they basically record at the exact same level and quality. I kind of like the Blue Yeti a little bit more, but that's because if you're in a room that doesn't have a lot of soft surfaces, which is really what you need in order to make sure your audio sounds good, then the Blue Yeti Nano tends to give you a slightly better audio quality, but to be honest, it's not that noticeable, okay? So beginner mic is either the Blue Yeti Nano or the Audio-Technica AT2020.